Hi, kindergartners. Today in math, I'm going to be sharing with you an I can statement. This statement is going to be teaching you what you're going to be learning today. So the first one is, I can see teen numbers as tens and extra ones, and I can write partners of 10 and 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the first one. I can see teen numbers as tens and extra ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to warm up our brains. In order to do that, we're going to be using base 10 blocks. And you might have seen these in school. We have this first one is a 10 stick. We know that a 10 stick is made up of 10 cubes. So that's 10. And then we have extra ones. Here are our extra ones. 1, 2, 3. So that means I have 10 and 3. And if you remember in school, we would do this all the time with our hands. 10 and 3. That's 13. So now let's write the equation. 10 plus 3 equals 13. Okay, now let's look at another one. So we have our 10 stick, which again is made up of 10 cubes. So 10 plus, let's see how many extra ones we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means we have 10 and 5. That's, see if you can say it, 15. Okay, now let's write the equation again. 10 plus 5 equals 15. Okay, now let's warm up our brains in a different way. Now, boys and girls, if you look at the top, you can see we have the total, which is 11. And then we have our 10 plus, we don't know. It's a missing number. We have to figure that missing number out. So let's go back to the total. We have 11. Okay, so we know that there's a 10 in there. So let's look at the ones place. Do you see where my pointer is under? It's under the number 1. So that tells me that it's 10 plus 1. That's 11. Okay, let's look at the next one. 15. 15 has 10 plus, let's look in the ones place right here. 10 plus 5. That's 15. Okay, let's see if we can figure out our missing number here. So we have 12 equals 10 plus, what number would go there? See if you can say it. 2. You're right, because look at, they match. 2, 2 here. 5 and 5. 1 and 1, they match. Okay, now you're going to go get your math book and you're going to turn to page 361. If you need to pause the video, go right ahead and pause the video. Open up to page 361 and then hit play when you're ready. All right, boys and girls, if we look at the first problem, they've done it for us. So I'll just explain it to you and then we'll do problem 2 together. So problem 1, if you look, 11 is our total. 11 equals 10 plus, and then we have that missing number, just like the last slide we worked on. And we know that missing number is 1, because if we go back to the total, there's our ones place. Now, if we look at the bottom here, they filled in some circles. And those circles, boys and girls, if we went back to our first slide and we talked about our 10 stick, this represents our 10 stick. There are 10 squares, and inside each of those squares, they have made 10 circles. Now we go over here to another 10 stick, but we don't need to fill in all the squares because all we're doing is the extra ones. So if you look here, there's a 1, so they made 1 circle. Let's look at problem number 2. We look at the total is 12, so we need to fill in the missing number first. So 12 equals 10 plus, and the missing number is 2. You're right. Now our next job is to fill in the circles. So if we look, we have a 10 stick in here, so we know that we need to fill in this 10 stick by drawing circles. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I filled in my 10 stick. Now I need to do my extra ones. And if we look, my extra ones there are 2 of them. So now I need to go over here and I need to fill in my extra ones. So 1, 2. Then, boys and girls, you can go on to problem number 3. Have mom and dad check your work. All right, so boys and girls, if we look here, we're going to notice that we have 5 on top, and 5 below. And we are going to be working on our partners of 10 and partners of 6. So if we look here, we have a total of 10. So we're looking at our partners of 10. So we need to count the white circles and we need to count the orange circles. So if we look at the white circles, we know there's 5 on top and 1 below. 5 and 1 is 6. So our first one is 6 plus, what's the other partner? Oh, I have to count my orange circles, and I have 4 orange circles. So 6 plus 4 equals 10. Now let's look over here at our other circles. They don't look the same. They kind of look like they switched. There's 4 orange, and I look up here, there's 4 white. So the first number I'm going to write down is 10 equals 4 plus how many oranges? 5 and 1, which equals 6. So my partners over here are 4 plus 6. Let me look at the pattern. If I look here, 6 plus 4, 4 plus 6. They're switching partners. All right, let's go look at our math sheet now and see if we see anything that's the same what we just did. I'm going to look here at problem number 1 that they already did for us. Our total is 10. So we're going to look. They have 5 on top and 4 below, which is 9. So there's 9 white triangles plus 1 colored triangle. Now let's look over here. Look what happened. They switched. There's 1 white triangle, which they wrote the 1 there, plus how many colored triangles? 9. 9 plus 1, 1 plus 9. Switching partners. Okay, let's do 1 together. If we look over here, we're going to count. We have 5 and 3. We know 5 plus 3 is 8, so 10 equals 8 plus how many colored triangles? 2. Now, boys and girls, I'm going to have you do this one on your own, but I think you already know what the pattern is, because if you look, how many white are there? 2. So how many colored are there? They just switch partners. It would be 2 plus 8. All right, boys and girls, let's look at one of the partners of 6. So if we look at the first one, they've already done it for us. They have how many white triangles? 5 plus how many colored? 1. So let's look down here. 6 equals, oh, how many white triangles? They switched again. 1 plus how many colored triangles? 5. Look at these two. These two problems, they're switching partners. 5 plus 1, 1 plus 5. I think you're starting to see a pattern in this math page. All right, finish this up. Have an adult check your work, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.